everybody, Son of Beast here, and I am Jay. This is the only game that we are having to finish things up here in the first round, and if you all enjoyed this one, ones, you may have just enjoyed the first look of the Knicks against the Celtics. The Celtics made a great win here for the first game. They're on the board for the start, 1-0 over the New York Knicks. But this time, the other one that we have, as you already noticed, that the Minnesota Timberwolves have already won against the Warriors. That was all part of last night's game. But this time, this needs to be finished for the first round for the Nuggets and the Clippers. It's Game 6, and we are about to be seeing who is going to make to the next round. And then round number 2 will be the best of 3 for games 1 to 5, if necessary. But let's see how this goes. My next broadcast partner, I have it across the line, is B411. He's also along with Silver Spoon and Gangsta Beast here on the other side of it. And as for the next reporter I have is David Aldrich. He'll be standing on here for the center court in Los Angeles of Inglewood. And now let's get this thing started. 3, 2. That means the series is the 1 point away for Denver. Will they win in Los Angeles, or will the Clippers come back and tie this game? Game 6 starts right now on 2K Sports. It's another matchup as you're back in Los Angeles. Clippers and the Nuggets. Jokic. Game starting in just a bit. Greetings everyone, we are back in Inglewood in Los Angeles, California. I'm Meat11 and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Silver Spoon and Gangsta Beast. And David Aldrich is on the sideline for tonight's game. Game 6 about to get things started here back at Intuit Dome. Here are the rest of the groups. Jamal Murray's with Christian Brown. Porter Jr. is with Aaron Gordon. And it's Jokic in center. Norman Powell is with Chris Dunn. Kawhi Leonard, he's with James Harden. And Mika Zubac is in center. Game 6 is about that time. What do you say here, fellas?
Oh, this is going to be a one final run. If the Nuggets win, then they move on. If the Clippers win, we're going to Game 7.
I bet I would know there too. So let's see what happens with this game matchup. Here's a start. Christian Brown will give it over to Jamal Murray. Murray fakes a shot. Here goes it over to Gordon. He'll start the 3. That one misses off and rebounded by Jokic. Jokic sets it over to Gordon. Gordon looks to Braun. Braun now finds it over to Murray. Murray for the 2. Off the rim and rebound by Harden. This will be his first rebound in game number 6 for James Harden. Now for the Clippers, here's Zubac right to the middle of it. They got a slam down right to it in the center of the paint.
This is a great pass here, and you're looking at it right on the opposite of the zone. You got Norman Powell swinging in by, and for Kawhi Leonard, he got a great piece of it to try to pull it out. That's a great set. Gordon for the finish. The drive is off and missed away as Leonard with the rebound. Norman Powell right to her and away. Powell spins around. Here's the drive. This one is up and blocked by Porter Jr. That will be the last touch here for Denver Nuggets as they'll keep LA ball in possession. What a block shot. Looking at it afterwards for Michael Porter Jr., that was his first rejection in game number 6. And he played for Mizzou, and he's really like giving a good block shot after it. But more likely though, I would have seen so many others.
Leonard with the 2. That one's missed and rebounded by Jokic. He's off to Aaron Gordon. Here's Porter Jr. right toward Wade. Give the pass to Gordon. Gordon pass to Grim Murray. The blue arrow against the Beard Man. For the drive with a slam. That will be Jamal Murray's first throwdown in game 6. That was happening with some breakdown defensive. I had no idea how that was going to change up tonight. That really was going to make that feel out of nowhere. Here's Harden with the ball against Jamal Murray. For the finish, knock it down. The drive is no good for James Harden. Jokic with the ball, finding in Jamal Murray. Here's Porter Jr. for the slam.
right in the middle. And it's assisted by Jamal Murray. He'll get his first assist of the night. That's a good powwow moment afterward for Michael Porter Jr. He realized he was going to get after it. Leonard makes a drive. He gets a good look as the Claw gets his first bucket.
You know what I say about the Claw? He realizing that he's a big guy on a take since he played with the Raptors. Now he's still a Claw to be because he really now gets it all his name because that's what he really realizes, the big end of a threat. And with the big slam down, it's been a better one to start it up.
Porter Jr. what a drive in middle. And he's got his second bucket. That's Porter Jr. having a hard difficulty range here on his footstep. He really didn't get a foul on that one with the traveling. James Harden makes the pointer in. 5:15 remaining in the first quarter. Murray swings off to Jokic. Jokic around Harden. He'll get a first bucket in for Jokic. The Joker gets his first two-pointer in Game 6. And here's Kawhi Leonard. He will have it off. The drive around Gordon and rebounded by Aaron Gordon with a nice defensive play.
This really has to stand out for Aaron Gordon. That really is going to make a good impression to start that often. There was nowhere to be matched.
I mean, he really had it all come and play by. Chris Dunn now finds James Harden. Setting a screen by Zubac. He's off to Harden. Blocked by Jokic. That'll be his first rejection of the night.
Look how well that happened. You know, Joker's really like putting a nice to block the effort. That's not how you can definitely handle it off to beat the Joker down.
Gordon's tough shot, no good. As Zubac with the rebound. He's off to James Harden. Harden, foul for three. Rebound by Gordon. Another miss by LA Clippers. 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter. He has to begin to Murray. Murray getting a little sidestep here. And off to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. swings to Gordon. Gordon passes to Porter Jr. Porter Jr. For the drive. Good take as Porter Jr. with another two-pointer. Timeout will be the first call on LA Clippers with only 3:51 remaining.
They didn't really think that was going to happen that much afterwards. And when they said about the Clippers, they just need to get this one straightened up at the right time.
Yeah, it looks like that the newer head coach was definitely a replacement. He wasn't sure how that was going to change optimally. And guys, talking about the LA Clippers, they've been playing in the showdown. First started when they were sharing the arena. At this point, the LA Clippers definitely have won to show it off to the Crypto.com arena with some multiple events happening. Lakers away, Lakers at home, and then Clippers away, and then Clippers at home. But now they have their new arena to show it off because there will be a couple arenas there, and before to make the expansion plan to make the next era for the Clippers, plus the upcoming 2028 Summer Olympics in the USA in Los Angeles. This might be their next take to have this expansion with the basketball court here and the Crypto.com arena in the Gymnastics Center. I think this is what's going to be a fun time afterward.
Yeah, I sure do. So, I mean, I was really happy enough to see that one with the new expansion on the plan. And guess what now? I really wanted to see
that they wanted to make a next generation for the Los Angeles Lakers with some new updated on the logo. So hopefully, if there's a next generation of new players that checked in for the Nuggets, Westbrook, Murray, Braun, Porter Jr. are checked in. And here's the other side of it for the Clippers. Leonard and Zubac are checked out. Jones Jr. and Ben Simmons are checked in. Here's Jokic. Toward the middle. Another try. What a take by Jokic. He beats over Ben Simmons. And Westbrook with the first assist of the game. Oh, he wouldn't stand afterward. That's another center pass for Russell Westbrook. He really got a great start. Here's Ben Simmons, the drive, behind the back. No good. It's Braun with the rebound. Braun's got his first rebound of the night. He'll send it over to Jokic. Jokic gives it off to Westbrook. Westbrook sets it past to Porter Jr. And he's off to Braun. Braun, pass to Porter Jr. has it again to Westbrook. For the step up, that's good for Russell Westbrook. He got his first two-pointer in the game. Harden will get a ball. LA Clippers trail by 10. Done. Right toward middle, and a drive. Tough shot. Great defensive effort for Jokic as Murray gets his first rebound of the game. He wasn't sure how that was going to happen, but that really set it off the cross, and they really have to be playing out there hard and hard at the same time. After a bucket count for the Jokic, the next timeout is going to take on LA Clippers with 2:36 remaining. And here's the chip. The mascot is on in the new arena for the LA Clippers. He's still here. Last time he was at the Crypto.com arena, but now he's in a new arena, his new home, into a dome. Well, I can definitely tell now that he's really into this one. And for the new jerseys to thank for him, he really can wear it all the time. Time is the being to everyone who wants it here. Now, I know what you're saying about now. For the LA Clippers, they were able to make the playoffs the last time, a lot of both seasons, but they were close enough to get to the finals, and they were unsure how that was going to change it. Do you know how hard would that be? It will be very difficult. Well, I would say difficult afterwards. I mean, I wouldn't say if that really completes the merit. But no, it just really has to change everything. They really have to do it all over again. They realize that the Nuggets are better pacing offense, and more likely so, I wouldn't judge if the Clippers were able to have the next accommodation if they would win every regular season. It might be just okay, but more likely though, they'll have to find out if they can play it better. New group substitutions for the Clippers as Ben Simmons is on point guard, Coffey and Bogdanovic and Drew Eubanks are checked in. Under 2:30 remaining, ball slurs, Murray takes it over. Here's the finish, the drive, foul on the Clippers. That'll be the first personal foul on Ben Simmons, his first team foul for Los Angeles. Jamal Murray was able to finish the drive afterward, and now that foul was going to get over it. I thought Ben Simmons had a clean block. First free throw coming up will be Jamal Murray with only 2:21 remaining in the first quarter. Not starting it off that sooner. That the Canadian player is simply the better position to try to stay on in a game. It would just be fine, but it's not okay when you're doing all the stuff. I gotta say now, Jamal Murray's been really playing it off the hard work. Dedication is definitely real for anybody who wants to be there. Both free throws good for Jamal Murray. They'll get the extension up by 14. Bogdanovic with the ball. He's on Russell Westbrook. Bogdanovic looking over. In the middle. Three for Jones Jr. That's good. That will make a three-pointer in for the Clippers. It's a 20-9 game. There is the answer, and this is what they are really turning it off to be a first start in the quarter. Here's Westbrook on Ben Simmons. He gives to Christian Braun, and now Murray will have the wing. Wants to change it over now to find Westbrook. 5 to shoot. Playing a screen. For the finish. Tough shot. He makes the shot clock before the buzzer comes off. Westbrook's got his second bucket of the game. I'm not sure how he just made it in there. I thought that was not going to count. But I realized that was almost going to be picked out of nowhere. But Bogdanovic threes off and rebounded by Porter Jr. That'll be his second of the night. Off to Murray. Here's another drive. Good for Murray. That'll be 6 points in the game for Jamal Murray. This is definitely how this gets worse. I was not seemingly how that was going to change often. Drew Eubanks right toward the wing. He's off now to Coffey. Simmons back to Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic against Murray. 5 to shoot. For the 2. That's no good either. Los Angeles misses another 2-point opportunity for the Clippers to get them back in the game. Jokic with 35 seconds remaining. He gets it off to Westbrook. Westbrook gives to Braun. Braun back to Westbrook. Westbrook up for 2. It's no good either for Denver. Ben Simmons will carry across now by Bogdanovich. And now Coffey's back to Bogdanovich. Here's the shot. Step on foot. No good. Rebound by Jokic. Down to 10 seconds remaining in the first. Jokic off to Westbrook. Westbrook sends it over again to Porter Jr. Sends it to Murray. Murray for the buzz beater. Block the shot. Wow. Jones Jr. He rejected quickly. Now we reached the end of the first quarter.
That's how you can finish that off with a great defensive effort. Great play.
Second quarter is underway when we come back to Inglewood. And we're back in for Nerds for our Game 6 of this matchup. The Nuggets are on to a great start, 24-9. But let's see how well they do with the second quarter and they get back in. You guys, what's your take how they did? Well, it seemed to me that the Clippers are really starting out with a little slow start here. But the Clippers are not into Nuggets. Looks like they got a lot quicker to get up to the flow. This flowing dock may be the big change of it.
I don't know if this will be real. I think James Harden needs to do something.
Indeed so. Here are the starting groups here for the Clippers. We've got us James Harden, and he's also along Zubac. And it's Batum, Norman Powell, and across from the array is Kawhi Leonard.
That's a big slammer. How did you absolutely have to do that? That was the biggest Zubac that was slamming it in. That was a big knockoff.
What an excellent performance presented by the AT&T, the 5G Slam Kit. Ron has it again to Gordon. Gordon over Batum. Good D by Batum. That will give us rebound and back to Harden.
That's simply unbelievable. They don't seem to chance that word.
Over foul for three. You'll give it a go. 3 pointers in. You're back down by 10. Well, they definitely do have a little combat help. They definitely did. And a little bit of a calling immediately. He definitely had it all. Go on. Pass to Watson. Finding Sarge. Sarge with the fade. Round Zubac. Good D by Zubac. Sarge misses the first shot. And here's Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard with a chance. With a step shot. Layup drive. Good. For Kawhi Leonard. They're back down by 8. And it's now a 24-16 lead game for Denver. Off to Watson. He'll finish the drive. Up it goes and makes it in. Watson with his first bucket. And it will be a 26-16 lead for Denver. Clippers trail by 10. Leonard passes. Batum for 3. That's good. Right to the outside corner as he makes the first three-pointer of the night. There was no question about it. This needs to change things up immediately right afterward. They don't want to lose after all in all. Braun outside. Has it again to Westbrook. Here's a 3 for Watson. That one sinks the triple. The other corner makes the shot. He has 5 in the game. Now here's James Harden. The beard man trying to look for a 3. Step, sliding it back. Foul for 3. That one makes it in. Back down by 7. And it's now appearing to be a 29-22 game. Surge. Back to Westbrook. Has it again to Braun. Braun pass to Sarge. Fades a shot. Looks to Watson. 10 to shoot. Again to Braun. Braun. Fire alarm. And the foul's going to be Zubac. His first personal and a first team foul from Los Angeles. That's definitely bad plays. What happens with Ivica Zubac? He knocked him really hard. That's calling a foul. That makes a good call. 2 shots coming up for Christian Braun, and Zubac has his first foul. He is only 1 for the LA Clippers. Braun knocks the first free throw. New changes for the Clippers and for the Nuggets. Najee's checked in for Sarge. And for the Clippers with new changes here. Powell and Batum are looking for Chris Dunn as he's back on court. Subbing in with some new changes. Now Batum's in 7. Braun hits the second. That'll be an extension by 12 and getting the to a 10. Harden outside, trying to get it to Norman Powell. Powell with a little spin off. Pass up. Dunn outside. Dunn. To it away with a drive. Gets it back. Westbrook takes it over. Westbrook with the ball finding Najee. He has it over to Braun. Braun pass to Watson. Watson, the reaching foul will be on Norman Powell. That'll be his first and second team foul for Los Angeles. This is not the way you're supposed to play the reaching offensive foul. With this no changes, the reach on that defense is not turning easy enough at all. Westbrook for three. That's good. Another three-pointer for the Nuggets. He gets his 7 points in the game. That's unbelievable. Russell Westbrook wasn't really sure how he was going to be able to happen. Leonard, Harden for three. No good. Rebound by Braun. He makes his second rebound, and his Braun will carry it over now to Westbrook. Westbrook slows it down, now finds Braun. Braun finds a pass to Najee. Najee with the fade, now finds Braun. Here's the take, fades it again. Three for Najee. That's off target, rebounded by Leonard. Leonard has it over to Powell. And right to the middle, Powell slams it down. Downtown and right in the center. That is a big slamming of the night. There's no pressure for Norman Powell. He really had it all coming back in like they did. Timeout given by Denver Nuggets with only 4:06 remaining in the second. Now I have a quick word here. Christian Braun, as he makes his first pick here on the ground, 21st overall pick from Kansas University, he was definitely drafted by 2022 to start up with the NBA champion and the NCAA champion. Since after he made it this time, he definitely did help them out by next year in for Nuggets to win the NBA Finals. You know how Christian Braun did? It was all that he made this finish look easier. Well, playing his high school career was definitely in the Blue Valley Northwest, and there really has been showing up that he's really one of the best Mr. Kansas basketball player by 2019. He really is showing off the nice take that he has done for anything. Maybe we'll call it with the Kansas Jayhawks team. I mean, not unexpectedly like Joel Embiid for some reason.
Oh no, that was different a different year before, yeah.
You're right. Really would make his great season appearance to have it all in. Two changes are on the court for the Nuggets and for the Clippers on offense and defense. Now as Westbrook will take things off, he's on the court. Give to over to Najee. Najee passes over to Braun. Braun changing a chance, now finds it over to Westbrook. Reporter for David Aldridge saying about Tyronn Lue, he was really wrestling his way in. We're really pushing ourselves here, folks. I don't know what we've done in the first half, but we need to get right into work. We have no time to waste. This patient is not going to make it easier until you do things again. Let's try this over and over. We need to do better there, your team. Yeah, it looks like Tyronn Lue may not be the guy, but they really want to keep for it. Until with that, play it off. After the offensive foul is on the Nuggets, Jamal Murray's checked back in. He's also with Michael Porter Jr. And for the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard bringing back in the court will be Jones Jr. Done. From the wing, sets a screen for Kawhi Leonard as he rejects it. Into the middle, Leonard slams it down. Right into it in the middle, and it's now a 36-26 game.
Down by the 10. It's a board man that knows the claw. They don't really care about it afterward.
Westbrook now has to begin to Watson. Under 3 minutes remaining in the first half of the game. Porter Jr. with the finish around Leonard with the drive. Got it through. Porter Jr.'s got 8 in the game. Did you see that cut play? That's when Porter Jr. really dumped it off. That was what I was looking at from Porter Jr. The big cut that he was able to take it in. That's really aggressive drive that he pulled off with a huge take. Westbrook around Harden. Gets it back. Rebounded up by Murray. Murray gives again to Westbrook. Tries again. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Harden. Going later, looking for a lockdown defense. And Jones Jr. foul and one. That will count it for the Clippers. And it's now a foul on Najee. This is just unbelievable with how Jones Jr. pressed that out. Get out of here. It's my zone. Don't take it from me. New group substitutions for the Nuggets and the Clippers as Ivica Zubac and Jokic are checked back on court with Ben Simmons and Coffee. Sorry, Drew Eubanks. That'll be the next one here. It's funny though, they both have the number 15s right in the range by Eubanks and Jokic. Yeah, exactly. I would have said so. He missed the first, but he will count it in for a slam dunker for 2. And Watson has it again to Porter Jr. Down to 2 minutes remaining in the first half of the game. Murray to Jokic. Jokic around Eubanks. Oh, what a tricky foul. And a layup hooks it in for Jokic. He gets 10 in this game. He's perfect afterward. What Jokic really doesn't see that was making the playoff drive, and that really makes it do it all over again. After a slam down by the Clippers, here's Murray. Pass up to Watson. Watson. Again to Porter Jr. Looks off to Watson. Watson pass to Westbrook. Westbrook for the 2. Can't get the shot in there. He's on cold. Leonard outside in the mark on Westbrook. Coffee toward wing. Showers it on a step back. Good D by Jokic. Porter Jr. with the rebound. They'll now have it over to Murray again. Murray for the finish. Makes a drive as Murray gets 8 points in the game. He gets it off pretty easy, up by 12. He didn't think that was going to happen for Murray, but this big drive is a big take. Jones Jr. knocks out a 3. A 42-33 game. And Murray will take his timeout as this will stop the play with only 51 seconds. Man, how would that Jones Jr. make the 3? He would have make that rain. And rain again. That was all I was expecting now. After Jones Jr. with the block, he trains the 3. Big take. Coming up, we will have the halftime report as we'll have is Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and the big fella of Shaq O'Neal. That will be the first half of the game to show how it's done. What's a big playoff and this inbounded. Will the Clippers ever get back in to make the close game count before the first half ends? We'll see what happens with the big play inbounding right here on 2K Sports. Halftime show is next after this. Big group substitution ball for the Clippers and for the Nuggets. Stars is checked back out off on the court. As right now, it's Porter Jr. checked out, moves over, and as Watson checks out, and the Clippers, Leonard's checked out. Checking back on the court is Bogdanovic. Jokic misses it, but he'll get it back. Now finds Westbrook. He has it over to Porter Jr. Down to 8 seconds remaining. Back to Murray. Over Simmons. He drops it another 2, and it'll be 8 to 10 points in the game. 44-33 score. Bogdanovic trying to work it off. Here's Simmons finds Eubanks. Eubanks. Toward wing, dish off to Coffee. He up to Jones, makes it in. Noah gives a good drop off right to the middle. This bit painted on the mountain, that would have been like that. Down to 9 seconds remaining. Murray, Porter Jr. And we'll finish it off from here for the final 3, and that will tip off too soon. So that ends the first half, 44-35. A little bit of a tight range here, but we'll be back in Inglewood after this. Halftime's on.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They lead by 9 points. And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
They were getting after it on the glass. Like, wow, they were nice edge and that. They won the Martin Hustle battle. Now we'll see.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the
Well, they have to improve their defense. Guys were getting burned on each other. They wouldn't put a hand up, hand down. Oh, you gotta get it. Oh, that pretty much covers everything. Jack, you think they played their best? No, no way.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
You've been watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. And you're just tuning in for the third quarter. We are back and into it dome as we're ready to get started for the third. The drop-off for the Blue Arrow was dynamically puts for Jamal Murray with 10 points in the first half of the game. And now he's looking for himself to keep these games up.
Lighting it all night was not really what Jamal Murray had done, but the Blue Arrow really made it in. He professionally did everything when he can. It looked like you now have to watch carefully now, because if he doesn't, then it will be all finished up.
Tightness game happens with Jamal Murray every time. Here the starting groups here for the Clippers and the Nuggets. We've got Murray, he's on in point guard with Braun. Jokic right to her in the middle. And Porter Jr. and Eric Gordon. After the rebound by the Denver Nuggets, here's Murray. Sets back to Jokic. Jokic. Dish back to Murray. Jokic setting a screen. Right to Jokic. Great pass by Murray. Jokic with 12 points. 6 out of 7 field goals. He only just missed once, but he just had 6 rebounds in this game. Entirely happened with Jokic on the Joker. It's big drive, and he doesn't sit it down with some big changes. Harden with another drive. That'll be another 2-pointer for the beater. Murray slides it back. 3-pointer for Porter Jr. Rims off the rim. Harden with a rebound with only 6:50 remaining. 3 for Dunn. No good. Rebound by Porter Jr. with his 4th rebound of the game. Off to Aaron Gordon. Here he comes. Oh, my! That's a big slammer. Ho, ho, ho. Look out. Gordon's going to slide it over right from your head. I wouldn't say so. How would Gordon definitely do that? That's a big slammer. Gordon with the block. He knocked that piece out, and back to Braun he goes.
Well, that would have been, I thought that Jokic would have had that great block in, but it seemed like Gordon got the piece of it.
Murray has it again to Christian Braun. Braun sets to Jokic over to box. That's a nervous for Jokic. Done. Pass. Powell for 3. Misses again. With a shot, he's fouled. Jokic with his first personal foul, and their first team foul will deliver on Denver Nuggets. Stop the play at 6:01 remaining.
This rebound was really all to take in for Derrick Jones Jr. He's trying to fly back in, and I would have felt like, nope, I just need to get that timing straight. There's no need to get that straight off.
Derrick Jones Jr. heading to the free throw line, shooting 2. This will be his first trip to the free throw line. What they really talk about now is Derrick Jones Jr., and his real name is Derrick LeBrant Jones Jr. He really has been playing for us UNLV Running Rebels. He also nicknamed himself Airplane Mode, because of dunking ability, he gets a great drive to have it showing on.
Makes the first free throw for Derrick Jones Jr.
His last college was played here at University at Las Vegas, Nevada of Las Vegas. He was really able to show him off how he's definitely able to play it off to it. 2016 was undrafted, but then after that, his playing career was able to play it off for his NBA G League before his next take with the Suns. But then, he made his ultimate package with the Northern Arizona Suns, and then after that, he played with the Miami Heat by the next season. And then he even made his back in from his own choice that he wants to choose to play with the Bulls, and then for Dallas Mavericks, and then the Los Angeles Clippers. He made his new change to choose them. I know he's really given all afterwards. And until then, Derrick Jones Jr. decided that he wants to make his competition because his airplane mode did for in 2020 for the NBA contest. That was one of our biggest of the zone to make himself as a champion in 2020 before the pandemic hit. free throw coming up for James Harden after the foul on Jamal Murray. He's at the free throw line shooting 2. Harden drops the first one. Now some new groups here as Leonard's checked back on court. Subbing in for Derrick Jones Jr.
He had a pretty good night here for Derrick Jones Jr. I feel like, well, it may be his day. Until now, it won't last forever.
Harden drops both free throws in. Now a sub 9-point possession. Jamal Murray with the ball. Has it up to Gordon. Double man on him. Here's a 3 for Braun. That's missed. Rebound by Jokic. He'll get a tip in. That'll be 14 points for Jokic. Back to a 9-point lead. This really gotten so much worse afterwards. Looks like the Clippers need some help. Bumble with the ball. And Chris Dunn's right to our wing. Harden. Nobody around. Good. Drops it from downtown Wayne down to a 6-point lead. That 6-point trail. Timeout. Denver Nuggets.
This was a big on take. There was nobody around, and the beard was a big dropper to make that successful.
With our next game approaching, we'll have our next part of the game in NBA. The first round will start here for the Eastern Conference as the Cavaliers take on against the Indiana Pacers, the rematch since the last postseason of the 2K Sports. You'll now see what happens with Tyrese Halliburton facing against Darius Garland and Cleveland, Ohio. This will be our next first part of the game as we will have that one started. And then our next game will be game 2 to give it off with the Wolves against the Warriors back at San Francisco. Remember, the second round is only best of 3 to make the win and move on to the conference finals. And this will be back to best of 7 with the winning series of the matchup for 4. We'll see what happens with this part of the next game to keep your eyes on. I wouldn't bet on that. We'll be at the state that Cavaliers may have been doing better. Or the Indiana Pacers might tuck it all. It could be one and better for the last. New substitutions are on the court. Najee is checked back in. And as for Watson, it's also checked back in. Subbing in for Jokic. Braun for another 3. He missed again.
What's going on with the 3-pointers there, Braun? No way you're never going to be sorry for that.
The answer back for Harden is no good. He misses another 3-pointer. Gordon. Pass to Watson with the slam. Goes with a one-hand dunker after Gordon with the assist. It's really gotten played back worse and worse. Possible choice for Watson. Wants to give one-hand dunk. Chris Dunn outside. 4:30 remaining in the third quarter. And this will be a 3-second violation on defense. Najee, as the Clippers will get his technical free throw, as Harden will be able to shoot for 2 for 1. And this will keep the possession ball for the Clippers. I don't know what happened with Najee. I felt that there was no change in the defense. Looks like somebody didn't call for the play action. He will make the technical free throw for James Harden. Here's Zubac. Pass to Harden. Covered by Jamal Murray. Playing for 3. That's good! Number 3 ball for the Clippers. They are just closing it and closing it again. Najee fades the 3. This time he gives it to Murray. Murray with the finish. Oh, what a fancy layup for Jamal Murray. He gets 12 in the game.
And I didn't see that Murray was able to get there. I thought that was going to be missed off.
Going for 3. He still misses the 3-pointer, and he can't get it to go. Braun for the finish. Oh, denied by Norman Powell. What a great defense. Here's Murray. Step back. Up for two. It's good. And now they're back down by 4. Close game with 3:30 remaining. Murray. Pass to Najee. Najee will reset it again to Murray. Murray needs some changes again. Murray. Gordon. Fades. Bounce pass to Najee. 5 to shoot. Here's Watson. The cut in middle. And a try will make it in. Watson with 9 points. Down to 3 minutes in the third.
There's nobody open. Nobody's getting that block shot.
Timeout given by Los Angeles with 3:04 remaining. This is why they can have nice games. Block that Carter. Well, would have been a change-up that would happen. But I would have bet on that if the Clippers would have made that one terrifying and electrifying moment. This really didn't take a chance afterwards. I mean, they'll just have to let a lot of average to play it in. Remember, the winning team, as this one will be the end of its 6th game, and then game 7 if necessary, back in Mile High. We'll see when the last part of the game, if anything, changes off. Nuggets into a 6-point lead over 50. And if they win, they'll be heading to the road for the second round in OKC to play against the Thunders. If the Clippers win, they'll tie the series and go back to Mile High for game number 7. There's a positional change on the court for the Clippers. Ben Simmons is checked back in, also along with the other 2 players. As now it will be Murray moving it over. Saric is checked in. Leonard, here's a try. Dish off for Coffee. It's Coffee time on a dunk. And now happens to make the dunk and the Coffee try better.
That's our way. Make that happen.
Westbrook. Stolen by Leonard. Here's Harden with a drive. Stops the ball. Gets it back. Back to Leonard. Reset for Bogdanovic. Fades for the 2. And he still can't get it to go. That's another miss by Los Angeles. Najee, in alone, drives, makes it done. Najee with another 2-pointer after Westbrook with the assist.
That's definitely what happens with the defensive breakdown, and nobody's here to open it.
Harden, pass to Simmons. Simmons will try, finishes, and he'll get his first 2 bucket in game 6. Russell Westbrook with the ball. Back to Watson. They're down by 4. Here's another chance to Westbrook. Just 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter of the game.
2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 2 minutes.
Westbrook finds Watson. Murray. Corner 3. No good. Rebound by Simmons. Simmons gets his 2nd rebound of the night. And Harden going downtown. That's missed again for the Los Angeles Clippers. He's off to Westbrook. Lost the ball and he went out of bounds. Now staying with the Nuggets ball with 1:36 remaining.
He tried to hold on. He tried to get the pass a little bit. He looks like he just didn't see it where it was coming at.
Ben Simmons is checked out as Drew Eubanks is checked back on the court, and Simmons will move over to point guard position. Here's Murray to send it over to Westbrook for the 3. Got it to go. Westbrook with 12 points and a 61-54 game. Here's Bogdanovic. Nobody open. Another miss for Bogdanovic. Watson's back to Westbrook with 1:13 remaining. Here's a chance over to Watson. Watson slides it back. Looks it over to Westbrook. And off to Saric. Saric pass. Westbrook up. Blocked by Simmons. Murray for 3. No good. Rebounded by Leonard. What a great defense effort for Ben Simmons. He realized that this one will not slow him down. Coffee for 3. No good. 40 seconds remaining as Najee gets his 4th rebound of this game. Najee off the swing to Watson. Back to Saric. Saric looks over to Westbrook. And now Murray against Bogdanovic. It's 5 to shoot. Around Coffee. And that drive won't get it in for Westbrook. Here's Coffee. Slides it in. Drives. Good to go. Coffee with another 2-pointer in the game. Down to 10 seconds. Westbrook. Watching the time on. Time down to 0. 3. Here's Saric. And that will trip it in to end the third quarter. 63-56. That will do things for 3 quarters, and there's one more quarter to go. We'll be back in Inglewood for our California matchup, and if this will be the win for Nuggets, they'll move on. Be back after this. You're watching the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports. And let's have a moment now to reveal the State Farm assisted the game. What really makes the key simple is what Murray have it all. The comment of this one is the big changing for the blue arrow to give to Jokic. What realize this made it a good change. And with this impressive layup, gives that one a great stoppage.
I really hope to see that Jokic was able to do for his catch-up drive. Is going to make that one go to work.
We are down to the final quarter, and if you're just tuning us in, we are back with us, and let the finished quarter be ready. The groups are on the court for the Nuggets and for the Clippers. Leonard Smith on Harden. Then it's done right to a shooting guard. Ben Powell right toward the small forward, and power forward is Derek Jones Jr. Starting with the first shot for Bron is no good, as now Harden will have his next rebound in. Harden pass, Jones Jr. slams it in. Unbelievable. He realized that this wouldn't be the chance. Make this drive look possible enough. If they wanted to be LA, they can't mess it up. Gordon slides back to Porter Jr. In middle, tries, good for Porter Jr. He has 10 points in the game. James Harden with the ball. Harden taking some time. He'll set up screen for the Clippers. Wayne, done for 3. Misses again. Rebound by Jokic. That'll be his 9th rebound of this game. Westbrook finds Brown. Porter Jr. Good pass to Jokic. Gates back to Braun for number 3. That's good. 3-pointer back to a 10-point possession. And Jokic with the assist.
This is quiet now. That happens with Braun making a 3-pointer. Off in no way to give that one a good look.
Great D by Gordon, and Jokic adds 10 for this time in a rebound. Braun passes back to Westbrook. Westbrook looks it off with the finish. The drive's good for Westbrook. He's got 14 in the game. After being cold, he now wants to stay high to go for a better short mid-range. Unbelievable. I wouldn't say Russell Westbrook would have been a big change on my thoughts, but it was definitely how this changed out quickly. Jokic finds Westbrook. Here he comes. Slams right in the middle. And beats over Harden. He gets another throwdown. That'll be on the Nuggets this time. He has 16.
They couldn't do better at that. Russell Westbrook wouldn't need to make that change out quickly.
Timeout, Los Angeles. 5:39 remaining in the fourth quarter. This is getting a halfway mark to the victory for the Nuggets. And if they win, they'll be playing at OKC. Well, I would have noticed that in long range. This would be all that they don't do, but the desire how it backs on, it makes it less change. Don't forget, folks, we will have our next part of the new skit. And you won't miss that one out. The Screen Trap will be our next skit after the Party Freakout, featuring the BFDI and Enemy Insanity Tour here for our next trip. And you will make the launch video also. Plus, some new changes is right around the corner. August 25th will be some new changes in for the SO Beast Gaming. Our future videos will be less review, and this will be the other side of the channel to get the gamings right on the board. And this one won't be the last one here on Son of Peace. If this finish will put it in to conclude with our last part of the NBA to WNBA right on the other side. Don't miss out. The new gaming channel launches August 25th. Now some new groups here with substitution on the court. Derek Jones Jr. is back on it. He'll make some new changes off for offense and defense. David Aldridge checking in along with James Harden, and without that, the new player from the head coach is Wendy. We are just standing in by. He said that we're playing terrific out, everyone. We just really need to get some few more shots in, and we'll be on for the next round. He really wants it. I mean, he never made this great playoff win in the series, but more likely, he wants to see with his first win and move on to the next round. Braun with the step up. That's no good. Rebounded up by Vika Zubac. Here's Dunn. Dunn, the try. Unable to get it clear. Jokic with the rebound with under 5 minutes remaining. And here's Braun right to it in the wing and corner. Find a pass over to Westbrook. Never miss. Rebound up. Can't get the Jokic with the hand. And back to Powell the other way. Norman Powell swings to Harden for three. That's no good. Rebounded by Gordon. He slowed things down. 72-61 to score. Westbrook on James Harden, setting a screen for Jokic. Here's the alley-oop to Jokic. Lost that ball. Went too close to the range. Powell gives off to Harden. Harden with the ball. Changes it. The shot. No foul by the Nuggets as Westbrook delivers his 5th rebound in the game.
I thought they would have challenged it. Tyronn Lue's not really happy with that.
Braun set the bounce pass to Gordon. Around Jones Jr. That's good. Aaron Gordon with 4 points in the game. And that'll be Braun with another assist in the game. Harden finds Zubac. Ball's loose. And that'll be a reaching foul on Aaron Gordon. His fourth personal and a first team foul for the Nuggets. Westbrook just checked out, and checking back on board is Jamal Murray. Clippers making new changes as Jones Jr. is checked out, and Leonard back on the court for the starting five. Now Murray, done for three. This time he makes a three. They're back down by 10. Well, there's a lot of answers for Chris Dunn. He misses every three-pointers, but there is no change to that. Great D by Zubac. Under 3:30 remaining in the fourth. Here's Harden. Harden, dish over, Leonard with a drive, got it through. This one is back down by 8. They're just climbing back in there. They really have to work it up.
You don't stand afterward. Murray's got to do something else.
Gordon Jr. finds Murray in corner. Tried and missed the shot. Braun back to Gordon with a chance. Good. Gordon with 6 points. 2:45 remaining. This is like the biggest depths of danger.
And indeed they do.
Almost lost the ball. Nobody around. Done. Number 3 misses off the corner range. Jokic with his 13th rebound. And Murray had it across the wing. Off to Braun. Braun gives to Porter Jr. Good depth, good pass-off offensiveness for the Nuggets. 6 to shoot. Porter up. Passes. Braun stops for the free throw line. That's missed again. Dunn with the rebound. Off to James Harden. Only 2 minutes remaining in regulation of the game. Harden goes in the middle, bounce past the Zubac. He got the slam down.
And that's Harden with the assist. And there's no change for the beard, and he wants to go back the other way. This is the great way, but you have to do it for him.
Back to Murray. The drive is good. The blue arrow continues to make it legendary with 14 points. Kawhi Leonard stops for 2. He'll drop it in. Nearing the 90-second mark. It's a tightness game. Leonard's looking to beat past Westbrook with 16 points. 90 seconds remaining. Here's Murray. Swings it over. A shot for Gordon. That's good. How did he make that in? That one was unbelievable for Aaron Gordon to get that one a tricky shot. Unless they say so, they didn't think that was going to change. And the pass is Zubac. 3 for Powell. Rebound by Zubac. Gets his back. Step back. Oh, Jokic with the block. He knocked it out of here. And now Murray will have it. Under a minute remaining in the fourth, he now finds Braun. Braun. Step up for 2. That's no good. Rebounded by Zubac. Time wasting down. Leonard need to get moving. And he'll drop it in. They're back down by 8. Here's Jamal Murray setting a cross in. 40 seconds remaining. Porter Jr. Slides back to Murray. Murray for 2. That's good. Finishing off for Murray gets his 16-point game. Matt Porter Jr. with the assist. Well, there's a bunch of Clippers fans leaving, and they wouldn't expect to realize that was going to change. Harden makes it 2. You're back down by 8. They need to get this one closing up for 3 or 2. Murray watches in. Down to 20 seconds remaining. And the time is down to an ear. And on their last possession for the Nuggets, they will end it here for the right timing. Yeah, they're definitely not going to make it that far. And I believe that Clippers season has come to the end. Shot clock violation will be on the Nuggets, and new changes will be on the Clippers. Final change for the Nuggets and for the Clippers as 3 players are checked in, 3 players checked out. Therefore, Mile High of the Nuggets are heading off to OKC to play against the Thunder. There you have it. 82-74 is your final score. They win the series in Los Angeles.
Well, that's all that happens now. And with this game, there was a stun out to make that the win.
And we have some time now to go to David Alden on courtside. Who do you have, David?
Thanks, guys. Aaron, big night offensively. What is clicking for everyone right now?
Just moving the ball. Moving the ball. That's a big part of our offense, making sure the ball doesn't stick and people making shots.
It was really flowing tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you very much. And that about wraps it up, folks. Along with my broadcast partner with David Eldridge and Gangsta and Silver Spoon, I'm Me411. Thanks for watching this present big part of a game of the playoffs of the first round of the NBA. We'll see you next time. Alright, thank you very much to Me411. And with that being said, Mile High Nuggets are moving on to the next round to play against the OKC Thunders, the number 1 seeded team. Well, it's been a good night now. I mean, Los Angeles Clippers, they just couldn't win that one again. They definitely got blown out for a real time. Here's how I did with the total statistics. 56% for the field goals, and it was 33 free points with 83 free throws. Then it was only for the Clippers that made. The Nuggets only made 12, 54, 4, 29, 33 for the fast break points, points in paint, second chance points, bench points, and assists. 9 offensive rebounds was Los Angeles, 33 for defensive rebounds for the Nuggets, 4 steals for Los Angeles, 4 blocks for Denver, 6 for the turnovers with only 7 points off, 3 team fouls was Los Angeles Clippers with 9 dunks. Then it was 15 biggest lead for Denver with only 18:02 time of possession. And now let's get things covered up for 3 star players of the game. Over to you, Jay.
Alright, thank you very much. 3rd star player of the game, we'll give that one a good start often to James Harden. He just finishes off with 15 points with 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and 1 steal. 5 out of 14 field goals were made in, only 2 3-pointers out of 7 missed, was only just that. 34 performance effort was the finishing for Game 6. Wasn't even easy afterwards. Then the 2nd star player of the game will give a dish over and make the finish one goes to Kawhi Leonard with 17 points with 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. That only sets it in for 8 out of 10 with 1 3-pointer make with 29 performance effort and 1 dunk for Kawhi Leonard. It wasn't Jones Jr. Well, he did have the block. That was just like that. And your New Balance player of the game goes off to the number 1 star. Who done the best? Well, Denver did it. Jamal Murray. 16 points with 2 rebounds with 9 assists and only 7 out of 11 field goals were made. Nothing to give a 3-pointer afterward. He just didn't want to do it. 35 performance with 1 dunk. That was all it changed up immediately. Well, it's good times happens already because the 1 game is the finish. And with that, that will conclude here. We'll send you over to the NHL on that side to get this thing started off for the Clippers. And for that end of the season, they will continue to go back to the new arena. And we will have a regular season for season number 10 in Los Angeles at the Intuit Dome. That'll be their new look to give a good start off here. Yeah, I believe that this will be a great start in for the Los Angeles Clippers. I guess we'll see that one coming in by. Hopefully. And with that being said, along with me and my broadcast partner, I'm Son of Beast, and along with Jay, you've been watching the NBA playoffs of the first round of the NBA 2K Sports. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all again for as a while as the NBA playoffs on 2K Sports Style. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you on the other side of the NHL in just a bit. Capitals and Devils, and then the Stars against the Jets. See you later, everybody.
If you don't, somebody will.